What's up, everybody? It's Mark Pires with Real Estate 101 on Mark Pires Real Talk. That's right. We've been with you for 696 days in a row, connecting, making some magic happen, really. And this new daily segment will be real estate related. So, what's happening in the marketplace? And how can you navigate the marketplace effectively? If you're a buyer, if you're a seller, if you're an agent, this is the channel for you. What's happening in the marketplace? Uh-oh. I'm hearing myself probably on DLive. The marketplace effect. And I see Bex. Bex, how are you, bud? So good to see you. We are kicking it live. Vitalia's with me as well over on the tube. I'm going to quickly go over there. Guys, this is going to be a very short real talk because I have a client to get to, 1:30 appointment. It's about a 45-minute drive. So I will be here just for a few minutes just to chat with you. I see Jerry here. Look, it's not a competition, but if it was, Bex would be winning it by a mile. It would be like nobody was even moving. Like he came around, they were doing the checkered flag, right? And Bex was like, oh, really? Watch this. Roadrunner style. Yeah, winning big league. My friends, my family, we're here. Just briefly. It is Wednesday, day 696 in a row. We had another amazing show last night, and I want to thank you all for hanging with me. I'm about to drop Fix You by Coldplay right after this show, and on my way out the door, so I'll be listening to it on my drive with you. Probably won't be able to chat because I'll be in transit, depending on when we finish up. If I finish up earlier, I'll watch it with you before I go, and we'll chat. We have another amazing How Dare You episode coming right before the show tonight. Oh my goodness, this guy's on fire. How dare you? But let's get to real estate. What's happening in your marketplace? Where are you from? I want to hear from everybody. You know, this is an interactive show, as you know. Sig, how are you, my friend? And Wolfie. Yeah, we're basically doing it at all hours now, Wolfie. One day we'll be able to say this is what I do all day is I just come here to give you some facts about life and about everything. Real estate, right now we're talking real estate. So we are headed out of a year, probably the worst year that you and I have ever been through. Now, maybe you didn't have CV and you didn't go through it and then survive and then also go through the craziness that everybody else in the country is going through. But we are all going through the craziness that this country is going through. We happen to be dealing with this all the same year of an election, which I still think is related. I think this all had to do with it. And, you know, I'll say that forever, that the Fluhan was sent here because they needed to get this guy out. The changes that took place in the 4-year period were no good for Chadda. No, Chadda wasn't very happy with the old Trumper. So they had to get him out, and that was how they did it. The reason I know these things to be true, I'm going off of real estate, but this is all related in some way. When they had the vice presidential debates, they censored Mike Pence. Every time he spoke, they cut him off. But they allowed Kamala Chameleon to be heard constantly throughout the entire debate. So that was telling right there. Obviously, they don't want Trump. If you wanted Trump, you would have Mike Pence speak, and you would be censoring Kamala Chameleon, not the other way around. So it was clear where China's agenda was to get rid of Trump. They did a good job, and they got him out. But the point is this. We're going out of this crazy year into the next crazy year. Talking about a new, old administration. You know, we're talking about going back to the way it was, where country does bad. Let's not get into that. But the point is, we're going into a different lifestyle, a different experience for businesses, small businesses, big businesses, for the civilians in the United States of America. How is that going to affect real estate? Now, you and I know, no matter where we are, real estate needs to be traded. Someone's got to buy, someone's got to sell. People are being relocated, no matter what, for business, for job, for family. They're being relocated constantly. And you still have those upgrades. Hey, I'm having a second kid or a third kid. I need more room. So it's always going to be happening. But what happens with the fluctuations? And I got to say, what's weird to me is I was in real estate for 13 years in a tough market. I never saw a good market. All of a sudden, CV brings in activity. People are actually buying. Now, the only thing you need when you have a good market, you have activity, is clientele. You need clients to get in the door. That's it. It's all about lead generation. And this is what I think this program will be about on a daily, is to generate leads. What I'd like to do And we're going to do this live one day. Today may not be the day because I don't have a ton of time, but we're going to generate leads here live. And we may start doing this on a daily. We're going to have somebody in the chat say, you know what, Mark? My friend down the road the other day just mentioned that they want to sell their house. And I didn't even think about you, but you're talking about it now. Well, I think I'm going to give him a ring. You know what? I got one better. Why don't you give him a ring? And why don't the three of us have like a 3-way call live on the air? And I could share what I can do in order to help. And it will be a cool piece of content for the show. Because if you guys are able to hook me into some piece of business that's out there for me to take care of real estate wise, then we are in contact. I'm gonna keep you in the loop, let you know how your friend, your family member, your acquaintance is doing with that transaction. So I really appreciate it, and it would be a great way for me to be here with you more if I could just send out referrals. Hey, down in St. Louis, I got someone. Because we have the biggest firm. Berkshire Hathaway is massive. And it's not just about getting an agent. It's about doing the work to get you the best agent. And that's what I do. Bubba, how are you, buddy? Wouldn't that be a good idea, Bubba? Leads live. Like, let's just say, call in and let's talk about what you need. I need a rental. I need to sell my house. I want to buy a house. I have questions. How does it work? I'll share all the information I know. I've probably forgotten a lot more information since I started than I know. It's kind of crazy to think about that. Like you learn so much about being a real estate agent to get your license, and then you don't use any of it. You use none of the stuff they make you learn to pass the test. You're like, wait a second, hold on. I just learned what the meets and bounds are. Like, what the hell are meets and bounds? You're in Connecticut, buddy. You don't do that here. But I had to do it to pass the test. So they really prepare you, and then you don't use like 97% of what they teach you in real estate school because it doesn't apply to your market. Now, maybe if I moved to Wisconsin, or if I moved to a different part, a more of a rural part of the country, it would be something different going on with me. But here in the Northeast, when you have half acre, quarter acre, you have some 4-acre lots, 10-acre lots, but mostly, you don't have a lot of massive acreage here. That stuff would just not be. I'll give you an example. There's a 20 acres on the water in Fairfield. Okay, 20 acres. It's got a bunch of houses on it. It's 20 acres on the Sound. Waterfront, right? It's $62 million. Like, what? No, you're not going to find 200 acres around here. That would be $620 million. Like, it doesn't happen. So around here, you're going to find a 20-acre lot. You'll find a 4 acres, 10 acres. There's a bunch in Greenwich 20-acre lots. You'll find those. But you're not going to find 100 acres, 200 acres. A few of them. But they're going to be ridiculous to buy. And then, look, this is what they're not making more land. So if you have to subdivide something in order to build 100 homes, good for you. Just build the right homes. I'll tell you what, I got a client selling his house in an area. It's just the area doesn't support his house. His house is the nicest house in the neighborhood. And you never want to be the nicest house in the neighborhood. Let me tell you why. Because everybody's judging everything else when they look at your house. Well, I got all that. My neighbor's over there. Did you see that house? And you're the shiny penny on the street. You kind of want to be like in the mix, but the most expensive, nicest house in the street is usually not the one you want to be in if you're trying to sell it. You're just not going to get your money back. So if you are someone developing a neighborhood, for example, this developer back in the 50s is like, let me just build a bunch of splits. I'm like, nobody freaking likes splits. If you built a bunch of colonials, it's probably the same cost. Yeah, basically the same cost. A bunch of splits. All I had to do was build some homes that people actually like. Nobody wants a split level. Not that they're horrible, but they're not great. And a lot of people, I don't know. I guess it's all subjective. If you got bad knees, you may like a split. But a whole street of splits, value's not going anywhere that way. You know what I'm saying? So I have a quick story I'm going to run through here. This is, again, my question is, where are we going in 2021? What are we looking at? MJ Mama's here with us. How you doing? Oh, tiny thumbnail Pires moves. Big screen Pires is stuck. Uh-oh. Let me see. Maybe that is... Oh, you're on DLive? Let me see. Oh, I'm rocking on DLive. I see Sig over there. I see Big Win over there. I went over last night. Just wanted to tell you quickly. I went over last night to check out a new show It was really cool, actually. You know, I'm always looking for people to connect with since I'm here every single day. And when you are shadow banned for 600 plus days by YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter because you do a Donald Trump impression and because you're trying to make positivity a thing, it's hard to get people to know you exist. So I want to say hi to Big Win, who is new to the show. And thank you so much for kicking it with us right now. This is not the typical Real Talk show. Just so you know, I'd love for you to head over to YouTube and subscribe over there because you can see what we do. I drop clips all day long, music. We have face swaps. I'll try to play something here that's not Trump related so you can see, get an idea of what it is. And so basically what we're excited about here is this new segment. Sky's View is here. Now here's Sky's View is a good example. Sky's View, do you want to call in sometime? This is a call-in show. Today's not the day because I have to get going in about 5-10 minutes, but this is a call-in show during the day especially, and I want to start having different vendors, attorneys, mortgage brokers, clients on with me for conversations about the market, questions they may have, and even with Sky's View, because Sky's View runs a photography business in Connecticut. It'd be great to chat with him about what he's been seeing. The market's been basically like fluid, and I'm sure he's been really busy. And just discussing, you know, for me, like my advantage, the reason why I bought a drone is I thought the benefits of showing the expansiveness of a property. There's nothing better than being able to show what a property offers. And if you could do that with a drone, you know, then you are one step ahead of the competition. That was my original concept on this. And 2013, no one had thought about doing it as far as realtors. There were photographers that had drones, but that was the first realtor to say, you know what, I'm going to buy one. I'm going to provide it to my clients free of charge. Now, just keep this in mind. My wife said, what? Because she looked at the bill. She goes, what? I said, don't worry about it. How dare you? I see where we're going here. Okay? And she says, she says, all right. I said, look, if you can't show the expansiveness of your property and what that property offers in one photo, you lost your opportunity because people have no attention span anymore. They got 3 seconds and they're on to the next property. So let me do what I do. I got this thing going. I said, her first thought was, you know, everybody's just going to go buy a drone now. I said, yeah, but anybody could buy a drone. You have to have an eye. If you don't have an eye, I'm sorry, you're done. There's nothing there for you, you know? And yeah, we definitely got to have you on, buddy. We'll do that tomorrow. I'm going to try to come on again, even though it's Thanksgiving. Won't be able to do tomorrow. I'll be on with you guys late tomorrow, afternoon, evening, for a straight up Thanksgiving real talk. Just talk about what I'm thankful for, which is a lot of it has to do with you guys, has to do with my family, has to do with being alive and getting through this. You know, everybody wants to spend so much time complaining about what they're going through instead of being thankful that they have the ability to go through it. Time is short, okay? Yeah, we have to deal with this terrible year. We have to deal with all these political, you know, arrows being thrown. We have to deal with an election that who knows what happened there. We have to deal with a new presidency. We have to deal with Jeddah. Guys, we have to deal with it all, really, okay? But you can't stop living and you can't stop loving. You can't stop being happy. And what I keep saying since I've been here for 696 days in a row is let's leave all the garbage at the door. Leave the luggage there. It will be there when you come back if you want it. Or you could kick it into the sea if you want. I'll stand there and watch as it just drifts away. I'll do that with you. That's what we do right here. And Big Win, I just gave you a touch of real talk just for a second there because that's what this show is. This show is the moment happening in front of you. This show is about not having a script, and it's about taking the second and making it feel like an hour. But also making that 3-4 hours feel like a second. And we do it every day. We do it every day. And what I want everybody to understand is that there is a place you could come and you can feel great. You could come in and you could feel amazing in the chat. People in the chat, my mods, everybody's here and they understand what my show is about. It's about leveling up. It's about taking whatever level you're at. You can even be up here. We're still going to bring you up there. You're going up. Positivity, live music, and laughs. All three of those things bring you up. Live music? Yeah. Comedy? How dare you? How dare you? Are you kidding me? MJ, what's going on? Does he have a real estate sing-along? I should have a real estate sing-along. Say, send me your leads, I'm gonna find you a buyer. Gonna find you a home in some... I don't know. We gotta give me, like, cities. Down in New Orleans, got myself a tractor driving by this field. I says I'm gonna buy it. We're gonna do something like that. Interest rates and banks. Yeah, they're... Oh, goodness. MJ, you got me going. I'm going to start thinking about making a real estate song for the show. We should have a real estate. We have a Hammerlin Jameson song, right? You have heard that. That's Hammerlin Jameson! And it's hammer time! I love how Hammer dances is the funniest thing in the world. He's like... Then he goes... Oh, guys, we're going to do Hammer later. I had Hammer ready for last night, but we just get going. I played an hour and a half of music last night before we got into the laughs. And if we're going to do an hour and a half of music before the laughs, it's hard for Hammer to come in there and rip it off the fake news. But we will be doing that later. Quickly, I want to get to this story for you guys so you know what is happening in this crazy world that we're living in. Now, this is real estate related, of course, guys, you know. NAR's chief economist. Why do I keep saying economist? He's the economist. He's the economist, and he's predicting a strong housing market in 2021. Let's get into the story together. How about that, people? Basically, what we're looking at over here is the National Association of Realtors chief economist. Lawrence Yoon is predicting 2020's banner year will carry over well into 2021. During his statement, the attendees of the Residential Economic Issues and Trends Forum, Yoon stated that the increase in collective savings through federal stimulus will ultimately simulate the economy once the CV-19 vax has been distributed. He is forecasting a 20% total growth in new home sales in 2020, as well as a 3% overall increase in existing home sales in 2020. He also looks like he's taking a whiz in that photo. I'm just saying. He expects the upward trend to jump even higher for next year, forecasting a 21% jump in new sales and a something percent jump because I can't see it. It's just too small, people. Not able to see that small. I'm going to quickly put on the smaller, even smaller version so I can't read it even more. So that's chief economist. Chief economist. Oh, my goodness. Guys, you come down. Listen, I want to let you know something. It's 12:15 right now. I got to get rolling in a second, but I want you to know we are premiering Coldplay's Fix You in minutes. I'm going to upload this thing. I'd love for you to join me. I know we may not have a notification go out there. The notifications don't seem to go out for the Real Talk Show, okay? It's a YouTube thing. It's a Mark Zuckerchooch thing. Are you kidding me? You're going to have a Zuckerchooch? Hold on a second. So your name is Mark Zuckerberg. You start a thing called Facebook, right? You're going to censor the Real Talk program? How dare you? How dare you censor the Real Talk program of positivity, live music, and laughs? You're gonna... How dare you? Hold on a minute. I just gotta ask you one thing. You gonna drop my friggin' frames when we're doing How Dare You, guy? We're right in the middle of Demands Too Much Respect, guy. You're gonna drop a frame on do... How dare you? How dare you, YouTubes? Huh? How dare you drop a frame on the Demands Too Much Respect guy? Hold on a minute. I got a problem with this one, okay? Hold on a minute. So I'm here, right? 696 days in a row. I come on for a morning show, right? And Scrotober's like, oh, we're going to take your frames. How dare you? How dare you do that to Foch? Look, more from me later. That's the guy. He's out of his mind. He's out of his mind. If you haven't yet, there are 6 of those on the YouTube page. I'm going to make a playlist that's called How Dare You Guy or Too Much Demands Too Much Respect Guy. And they'll all be in there. Oh, they all make me belly laugh. The one I'm dropping earlier or from last night. Holy cow, guys. Sloth. Goonies. Where the heck? I can't wait to listen back to that one. So I will be back later looking for 2 to 5 acres with water and trees on a hilltop in south central Missouri or far southeast Oklahoma. Will trade for a suburban 5/4 in Boise, Idaho. I want to get the F out. Misinformation, you are awesome. Listen, misinformation, do me a favor. Here's my email. Send me an email. And Love Truth sent me an email the other day, but I never found it. I don't know where it is. I'm not sure if it was the wrong email or something or went to some, I'll be able to look at my junk folder. But please send me an email, okay? Misinformation, and I'm going to help you. I'll find you the best agent. This is what I'm talking about. Live lead generation. Now, if this works out and Misinformation truly really wants to find something and I can help her find something, we're going to follow the process here. We'll bring Misinformation on the show, and we're going to see if we can get a great agent to help her find exactly what she's looking for. And it would be a cool thing. Good, cool piece of, like I said, this show is an evolution, but it's all about content creation. Okay. One of my mottos is constant content creation. I'm not a guy who's like, well, I'll make a piece of content next week. I make content every second. Okay. Constant. There's no such thing as a moment I'm not creating something for you. And even here, I've been clipping out stuff from these videos to make you clips during the day. Guys, we can go into every single episode and clip every single second and just keep dropping it all day long. There's so many great moments in every episode, and I can't drop them all. I'm a real estate agent during the day. That's why lead generation is going to be massive. And, oh, well, MJ says it was a resort for stockbrokers. Well, we're going to see if there's any chance we can do something. It would be amazing to help you out, Misinformation. And I appreciate you thinking about me for that. So listen, I will be back later, dropping the Fix You track right this second. Have to be in Greenwich in an hour and 15. So let's make sure I'm there and on time. I like to be 10 minutes early. On time to me is 10 minutes early. Just saying. Anyway, look, guys, you are amazing. And just remember, we are 696 days in a row here at Real Talk. And we are driving towards 700, which is going to be this Sunday. And that's just like day 1 to me. We're just getting started. So join me every single day. Misinformation, I'll look for that email from you. Wendy Pooh Bear, you're awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And again, just a quick Real Talk. Wanted to come on here and talk about a little real estate. But then, of course, we segue into some Real Talk. It just sleeps to happen. I can't stop Real Talking, everybody. Frank, you're awesome. Thanks so much for kicking it with me. Jerry, awesome to see you. Let me see who else I may have missed here. Bex, you're awesome. Oh, and then hold on, I think I saw Farkas. Farkas is awesome. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for kicking it with us. And I think that's maybe Wolfie as well and Hot Rod. Oh, that's right. Let me see if I missed everybody else. And of course, our newest, I wanted to say, Johnny's here too. Hey, Johnny, good to see you, pal. And of course, we have Sig, our buddy Sig. And can I just quickly say to our newest friends over on DLive, big win. I'm not sure if you're still with us, big win, but thank you so much for checking out a few minutes of Real Talk. Later, you'll get to see the music, get to see everything else. Please head over to the Real Talk program on YouTube and subscribe and ding the bell there so I can drop a bunch of stuff for you. And I will see you later for another. It's like really part 2 of day 696 of MARKPIRES Real Talk. So have an awesome day, my friends. Notified, I'm telling you that Coldplay track is coming at you right now. See ya. See you later. It's MARKPIRES. And it's Real Talk.